Hey everyone, Megan here with Tenacious Wellness Coaching. This is Get to Know Me Monday, where I answer one of your questions. So the question I got today, I really like, and the question is, what is the best way to show you support with your chronic illness? And like I said, I really like this question. I think it is super important for anyone who knows someone managing a chronic illness. It is definitely great to have this conversation with them, to get to know, hey, how can I support you? What is most helpful to you? Because we will all answer this question differently. There are so many different ways that you can support someone with chronic illness and chronic pain, and we all would like different things, and chances are what we want and need will also change. So, like I said, really like this question. And how I would answer that today is that the best way that my friends and family, my partner, can support me with my chronic illness is to demonstrate that they have an understanding of how the illness impacts my daily life. So, why is this so important to me? And primarily it's because when my friends, family, and my partner demonstrate with words or actions that they understand how my illness impacts my life, it helps me not feel isolated and alone, which is something I struggle with the most with my illness and my pain. So, how can my loved ones show to me in their words or actions that they have an understanding of what my daily life is like with the illness? And they can do so with words by saying things that might not be second nature when we're speaking with someone who has a chronic illness or chronic pain. We often will naturally divert to phrases that are more like pity. We might say, "Oh, I'm really sorry you're having to deal with that." And while definitely well intentioned and well meaning, and I know that these are phrases that I find myself saying, they create a feeling of separation, at least for me. I do not feel as connected to the person I'm speaking with. I feel like they are pushing me away a bit in a sense, where instead it's more helpful to me if they said something like, "Wow, that sounds really painful." Or even they could ask, "Is that painful?" Or they can say, "That sounds really challenging," or ask me, "Is that challenging?" And doing that, it's more than feeling or expressing sympathy. It's more saying, "Hey, I'm going to be with you in this with this challenge that you are facing. I'm not going to create a separation of saying you're dealing with this really difficult thing and I feel bad for you, but instead of saying, "Hey, I see this really difficult challenge that you're experiencing, and I'm right here. I'm right here with you." And that is so helpful to me. And then my loved ones can show their understanding with their actions. And oftentimes that just means being flexible with me, because the way that my chronic illness operates is that the symptoms come and go. So I might create plan or agree to plans with them, and maybe I have a symptom flare up that day that means I have to cancel, or it means I need to ask that we change the plans that we made in some way. So if they can show that they're flexible, they're understanding, they still make an effort to connect with me in the way that I can at that point of time, that is incredibly valuable to me. So with that, I hope that answers the question I received. And like I said, there is no right answer for this. We are all different. We all need different things at different times. But that is what is the most true for me right now. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up for today. But if you have any questions for me that you would like me to answer, please post those in the comments to this video or send me a direct message. Both work great. Thank you all so much for being here. Take care.